The 1965 Giulia GTA was designed by Bertone as a coupe and built by Autodelta on a shortened Giulia Berlina floor plan. The GTA and the GTA M collected 12 Touring Championship victories between 1966 and 1971. For 55 years, the Alfisti and all the car guys around the world have been asking for such a car to come back. But you need to know that not only you, but also every single person who works for Alfa Romeo dreamt about it. It takes a lot of passion and time to create such a special machine, and we had to make it right. In 2020, Alfa Romeo will turn 110, and we decided that this was the perfect time to pay tribute to the brand that we all love and to all of you. And this is why we are bringing back one, if not the most iconic car of the Alfa Romeo history today. Alfisti, ladies and gentlemen, the GTA is back. The new Giulia GTA is based on our top-of-the-range Quadrifoglio and applies the same concept and technical principles that were used to develop the original GTA, the one that we all know and that has become an icon. We started from reducing weight, adding power, further improving and refining aerodynamics, and all this for an outstanding driving dynamic. This is the essence, or better the soul, of the Gran Turismo Alleggerita, lightened Gran Turismo. We went back to the roots, and this is why, exactly as the original born in 1965, the new Giulia GTA will be available in two versions. An extreme 100% street legal, characterized by two racing seats with 6 points harness and roll bar. The GTA M, where M stands for modificata, that is the one that you see here today. And the GTA thought to bring your children, the new generation of Alfisti, to school with 4 full seats, no roll bar, lower rear wing and a shorter splitter. GTA is the real everyday supercar and delivers the best ever Alfa Romeo driving experience. On a Giulia GTA and GTA modificata, the driver is at the center even more than what he has been till today. To be coherent with our original GTA recipe, we have to tell you that power alone cannot be the only ingredient. What really matters to measure the performance of a sports car is its power-to-weight ratio, and this is where the GTA and the GTA modificata excel. There are only 2 very fast people in our team who aren't impressed by that ratio. Our drivers of the F1 team Alfa Romeo Racing Orlen, and who better than Kimi and Antonio could describe the new GTA for you today.
To get a first impression, I look cars in the face. The front end of the GTA looks stunning and very fast. With its carbon fiber fascia and aerodynamic devices, it seems to be melted with the road, and this is not just an impression, it's reality. Front and rear tracks have been widened, making room for the single nut wheels available for the first time on the sedan. Through the wheel spokes, you can see the very effective carbon ceramic braking system. The side displays the Alfa Romeo signatures, the Quadrifoglio logo and the Auto Delta one besides the air vent, and the Italian flag painted on the mirror caps. Aerodynamic improvements are in details such as the side skirts, and the high-performance aero wing of the GTM designed by Sauber Engineering. Looking at the car's tail, you get excited by the new carbon fiber rear diffuser integrated by the titanium exhaust system.
Ma diamo un'occhiata agli interni rivestiti in alcantara. Quando sei all'interno dell'abitacolo ogni cosa è esattamente dove dovrebbe essere, facile da raggiungere in ogni condizione di guida. Quando ti cali all'interno del sedile monoscocco in carbonio e ti allacci le cinture a 6 punti, capisci immediatamente quando tutto è sviluppato con la filosofia del Made for Driving. Sulla GTA modificata l'attenzione maniacale è sulla leggerezza. Nuovi materiali e soluzioni tecnologiche sono state introdotte per ottimizzare il peso e la sicurezza, così come i vetri posteriori laterali ed il lunotto realizzati in Lexan, materiale super leggero e resistente agli urti, caratteristico delle auto da corsa, e il roll bar posteriore specifico. Tutti questi contenuti derivano dalla pista, aggiungendo quel sapore racing ma allo stesso tempo migliorando la leggerezza di oltre 100 kg rispetto alla Quadrifoglio. Ma tutto questo cosa significa? Leggerezza, sinonimo di agilità, 540 cavalli sempre pronti sotto il tuo piede destro. È la storica ricetta di ogni Alfa Romeo da corsa e non. Oggi su GTA si traduce in uno straordinario rapporto peso-potenza di 2,82, il migliore della sua categoria.
With the new GTA, we bring back to life an icon. We go back to our roots of elegance and sportiness, and uniqueness too. We will build Giulia GTA and GTA M in a limited series of 500 units, overall numbered and certified. The GTA and the GTA M will follow the path of its predecessors, becoming one of the most collectible and valuable classic Alfa Romeo cars ever built. The pre-ordering opens today. Buying a GTR is an Alfa Romeo brand experience in itself. Each customer will be involved in an exclusive one-to-one sales process and personally assisted from order to delivery. Each GTR will come with a dedicated experience pack, including a customized Alpine Star Racing overalls, a Bell open-face helmet with specific GTR livery, and a Goodwool car cover to keep your GTR safe and protected when it is not on the road. Moreover, GTR customers will attend a dedicated driving course at the Accademia di Guida Alfa Romeo. Giulia GTA is the guest star at Alfa Romeo's 110th birthday party. But our celebrations will not end here. There is much more to come, thanks to your passion that drives our dreams.
Like us in the racing, it's kind of never-ending story.
This is the adjustable rear wing. So today your work will be to tune also this.
Yeah. Quanto è più larga dietro rispetto alla Quadrifoglio?
Siamo saliti a 30 per lato.
30?
And this is the new air intake to increase the cooling of the air.
Yeah.
Because we have the central exhaust.
Yeah.
And so we have to retune the air extractor to always to work on the downforce.
Avete coperto tutto. L'efficienza aerodinamica, il fondo deve essere totalmente piatto.
We take care about the interaction between the rear wing and the diffuser in the Sauber wind tunnel. The new splitter, and this is the registration
Where you can move
screws. And in addition, we have a new street legal tires that we have chosen together with Michelin that will guarantee a better grip and a better lap time.
It looks nice and it will be exciting to drive it.
svela. Posteriore è molto più stabile, frenata fa paura.
It's definitely better now, like it's more easy to turn into the corners.
Kimi, check the stability in the long and fast corner.
Yeah, it's okay.
Ti lesmo molto meglio, soprattutto anche sull'anteriore è molto meno sottosterzo.
Bisogna che mi faccia come un giro con la massima deportanza.
Una volta che scendo dai cordoli, la macchina si muove molto meno.
Ok, Antonio in questo giro.
Il problema che avevo sempre lì è che appunto si alleggeriva lo sterzo e mi andava sempre un po' il sottosterzo. Invece oggi sento meno sotto e più accompagnata davanti, soprattutto davanti.
Going low down force,
Okay.
so you check.
So more top speed. Find the perfect mix of everyday use and track use.
Ed è stato bello appunto soprattutto vedere il miglioramento che abbiamo portato quest'oggi sulla vettura.
We often get asked at what point we started designing the GTA. Truth is, we immediately after the Quadrifoglio launch in 2016 continued to play with ideas of where else to take this amazing car. So it was actually over the course of many, many years that we started sketching on a more extreme version of the Giulia. And for the 110th anniversary, it seemed to be the right time to actually show this creation.
When we thought about the anniversary, we wanted to bring something very unique on the market. We wanted to celebrate this, and the best celebration that you can do is to bring a new car for the Alfisti, for the customers, for all the ones who are fallen in love with Alfa Romeo. So we tried to create a link between the current range that we have with the Giulia and the Stelvio and the history that we had. So really this car, more than a celebration of the anniversary, is a gift. It's a gift for 500 customers, it's a gift for 500 people who love Alfa Romeo.
That we excessively used on the GTA and M for lightweighting. So the whole front part of the car is carbon fiber. A lot of the carbon fiber you don't even see. The hood, for example, is carbon fiber. The fender are carbon fiber. The whole front fascia is carbon fiber, but it's painted, so it's not really visible. But then there's a lot of exposed parts of carbon fiber, the aero pieces. We also have the wheel arch extension at the back, the rear wing. Those are exposed carbon fiber pieces. We actually like very much working with carbon fiber. It's a material that can almost do anything. But the two differences you need to understand when working with carbon fiber, and you really have to pay attention to in the design phases, what will become aesthetic and therefore will be shown, and what is non-aesthetic. And you can see when you look at a real performance car, even all the way up to Alfa Romeo racing a Formula One car, a group that we worked hand in hand with and helped us tremendously with the development of these parts. we discovered very much the impact, the aesthetic impact, and the difference between aesthetic carbon fiber and non-aesthetic carbon fiber. So we had to make deliberate choices and made sure that the parts that were exposed really were aesthetic. And what that means is basically you really have to pay attention to the orientation of the carbon fiber weave, for example, whereas when you paint it later, you can't just do it any way you want. So there's really differences in how you have to approach it, but carbon fiber is a wonderful material to work with. So when we designed the Giulia GTA, when we had it in the studio, you can imagine that our walls were filled with reference images of the original GTA. And one thing you can't escape looking at these images were some of these iconic liveries. And what I really liked about them is they had a completely different solution than you saw on maybe other brands at that time, with this kind of dipped nose. And the dipped nose basically was done back in the day to identify the driver. So the car either had a complete nose in white or in light blue or in ochre and this kind of burnt yellow. And that's something we thought was really, really cool. So when the car was done, when the GTA was done, we thought this would be a nice opportunity for our customers, if they so wish, to also apply this kind of historic livery. So while the car in itself is not referring to the GTA with retro design or anything, but just the nameplate, we thought with the liveries we allow our customers to actually create this nod to history, to actually make that connection to the original GTA and apply some of these really truly iconic liveries.
I'm Fabio Migliavacca. I'm the head of product marketing for Alfa Romeo in the EMEA market. We decided to achieve 540 horsepower because it was enough to our target, that was a power to weight ratio. And so reducing the weight, we had the possibility to reach the performance that we wanted without adding too much power. Also because the idea was to keep the rear-wheel drive. On the GTA we have a specific aerodynamic package. We have a front splitter that is like on the Quadrifoglio and like on the GTA, an electric actuated splitter, so it could go down over a certain speed, but you can also adjust it in what we call the X direction, so in the front of the car manually, to increase the area and the downforce on the front of the car. In the same way, on the back of the car we have this huge rear wing that is adjustable, so the central part could be inclinated in a different position, adjustable manually from the customer, and we will give some guideline to the customer depending from the circuit where the customer will drive for a track day or something like that, giving the aero setup that is the ideal one for that circuit. We worked on the weight reduction on the GTA M and the GTA, working from every single particular of the car. If you look outside the car, the front fascia of the GTA and the GTA M are totally revised for the aerodynamic needs, but are made also in carbon fiber, so reducing the weight. The pieces of the car has been redesigned. For example, the windscreen of the GTA and GTA M is thinner than the standard Quadrifoglio, reducing the weight, and on the GTA M is really visible the fact that you are removing the rear seats, the rear bench, adding the roll bar, the roll cage with the 6-point harness, and the monocoque seats from Sabelt that are reducing the weight compared to the Spark 1. Working with Sauber is a great opportunity for us to have them on board on such a project. So we are involved in the Formula 1 with Sauber, as you know, but having their knowledge and their experience on the GTA project is an added value. So we worked with them also in in-wheel wind tunnel to adjust the aerodynamics on both GTA and GTA M to achieve a better downforce on both cars.